no trouble, ain't looking for a fight. Just a kettle on the burner and a story for the night. Pull up a chair, pour a cup, lean in close and see that we ain't got the sugar, but we got the tea. Hot tea, no sugar, that's how we do. Sipping on the truth, no need to chew. We don't want the beef, just a spilling spree. Hot tea, no sugar, come sit with me. So settle in, y'all, it's time to brew. Hot tea, no sugar, coming right to you.
Welcome back to Hot Tea No Sugar. Today we have a super special episode for y'all. We got Billy Blaize and we got Matthew Cooper. So today we're pretty much going to talk a little bit about how legalization actually happened in Ohio, what people get wrong about it, what could change next in Ohio, and we'll play some fun games and stuff, later in the episode. Because why wouldn't we play games, right?
No doubt.
Listen, I'm down.
So we'll start it first. So Billy, how did you first get involved in marijuana advocacy?
About 13 and a half years ago, I was going through some changes in life where I was having some issues with my daughter's mother, and I had to quit using cannabis for about 6 months. During that time, I started having bad nightmares again, couldn't really sleep, and I started kind of nerding out and really reading up on CBD. So I wanted to be able to pass a drug test because that's essentially what I was going to court for, pointing the finger at. I couldn't have nothing in my system, so wanted to make sure that I was clean and quit smoking cannabis for 6 months. So I nerded out, went into trying to find some alternatives with CBD with no THC. So I drove to the Toledo Hemp Center in Toledo, Ohio, to get some of those products. And when I went there, I tried some topical, I hit a vape. Before I left the store, I was feeling better already. And at that store, they had a petition for the Ohio Rights Group to be able to collect signatures to make the ballot to get medical marijuana in Ohio. And I told the guy that I could get 100 signatures a day easily. And he's just like, no, nobody could do that. And I was just like, oh, well, yeah, I can. So I drove 4 hours back home after 4 hours up there. That night, called him, said, dude, I got 100 signatures. After 8 hours driving, he's like, what? Are you kidding me?
Now, what year was this?
This was 13 years ago, 2013.
Oh, so this is long before it was actually legal
Yes.
in Ohio. Okay.
Yeah, I've worked on every medical marijuana petition in Ohio, decriminalization petition, full legalization petition.
So to run it back just a little bit, did you smoke weed like growing up as a kid?
Yeah, I smoked one time when I was 13 or so, and I didn't really feel like I had any effect from it. And then probably about 6-8 months later, I started smoking, like when I was 14-ish, and been smoking ever since.
Yeah. What about you? When was the first time you got high?
Probably like 12, 13. I grew up on Wheeling Island. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it was hard to find.
Yeah.
Everybody that I was hanging out with were all smoking. Like I was heavily immersed in that lifestyle early. Sorry, Mom.
Was it like love at first sight? You hit it and was like,
Yeah, actually. I loved everything about it. And let's be honest, at that age, you feel like you're getting away with something. Just call it what it is. Put yourself in the teenage mindset. You're getting away with something. But it was something that I knew early on was going to be something that was going to be there.
yeah.
And then I kind of left it for a couple of years. I dabbled other places. Weed gave it back to my family. Like you're gonna have a hard time telling me what I'm doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Point blank and period. I provide a great life for my kids. You know what I mean? I got amazing people around me. You got a hard time convincing me what we're doing is a bad thing.
Yeah. So you were pretty passionate early on before you met Billy about legalization in Ohio?
Yeah. But Bill is actually the one that that got me in and showed me the ropes with like the signature gathering and the petitioning. He's like, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a clipboard in your hand and you can go talk to everybody. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is right up my alley. I don't know. I was stopping cars in the middle of the road. He's like, "Yo, you can't do that." But I got the signature though. There's pictures.
Was this the same time as the 2013?
No. This was we put 14 different cities and villages on the ballot in one summer, working the decrims before the legalization really like took off and got onto the November ballot to legalize. So we were pounding the pavement, and we had done a lot of decrims, and it was awesome. We got like my hometown, Martins Ferry, decriminalized, and a bunch of other towns. And then when the legalization came up, we switched gears and started grabbing signatures to actually like fully legalize in Ohio. And that's what's under attack now with that Senate Bill 56.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So he got me in much later, much later.
Okay.
He's been the OG in that for.
So to run it back to 2013, they said 100 signatures a day. Bring me some signatures, and you made that happen?
Yeah.
What became of that?
Well, I ended up getting on the path that I've been on. I worked for multiple nonprofits for 7 years, working for every cannabis petition that was ever in Ohio, and just kind of built a big following, just from my activist work, putting in my own time and money, going city to city, helping decriminalize marijuana. We decriminalized marijuana in Toledo because when I went up there for the medical marijuana petition, shortly after that, they had a decriminalization petition. So I'm collecting signatures with both petitions, getting 100 signatures on each. And, the organizers was just like, holy cow, like nobody does that. Because 30 or 40 signatures in a day is a good day.
What made you so passionate about it?
Well, the universe has me here for this very reason. I was born on 4/20, the National Weed Smoking Holiday. So
That's so cool.
He takes it seriously.
I do take it serious.
He takes that to heart.
You throw some crazy parties.
There are people here on this earth that are put here for certain reasons, and I fully believe that I was put here to do exactly what I'm doing right now.
And that's marijuana advocacy.
Yeah, fighting for marijuana advocacy,
The patient.
showing people that the whole lazy stoner thing is just, that's just a person that's just lazy. I can smoke more than anybody and outwork them as well, but I could also be professional too. And I'm also a councilman in Bel Air, so I try to, really remove a lot of them stoner stigmas that. People think that you can't be successful, that you can't be smart, that you can't be productive.
Mom. I feel the same.
Yeah.
So, were you always involved in politics and activism?
I never really got into politics too much, just the activism side of it. And once you kind of get into the cannabis activist side of it, I'm somebody who really believes in our Constitution, and I stand up for our rights, whether it's gun rights, weed rights, women's rights. It doesn't really matter, what it is. I'm somebody who really tries to utilize the Constitution to our advantage and fight for it. So,
At what moment were you like, "Yo, this might actually happen"? Like, this might actually become legal in Ohio?
I mean, honestly, when you go back a couple years for like the medical, even online, there was so much negative that surrounded it. If anything that was posted about it, you have so many people on there with the stereotypical, it's going to bring crime and all this other stuff. When the shift happened for me was when like we were online and you start seeing a lot of the older generation that are now like, no, I mean, I really genuinely don't see the harm in it legalizing. You don't see the issues. They don't see the difference between it and alcohol. When you start seeing those conversations being had, we hit a turning point where like this is probably going to work.
Yeah.
Because especially if you can collect the signatures, because they give you an ungodly amount of signatures you have to get to even make it a thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're dealing with right now. But you have to have so many signatures. Like there's so many hoops that have to be jumped through to get to that point.
Yeah.
That when you see that shift in like the community getting behind it and finally seeing through like the bullcrap, so to speak, we hit a point where we were on the side of Route 7, standing there with signs, and all day long, you get the occasional middle finger. But for the most part, it's all honks and yeah, you know what I mean? And it's majority the older generation, which that's who's out voting. Luckily, we've gotten a lot of the younger generation, at least around here, into the politics scene because a lot of people weren't registered. Like we've registered a lot of people just in our group with what we've done.
So like walk me through a typical day of getting signatures. Like what is a typical day of you waking up and getting signatures?
You want their typical or our typical?
You too.
Because they're typical, they got a couple people, they'll put a table up somewhere and you know what I mean, hey guys, want to sign this? We're out knocking on doors. Like I'm gonna show up at your door. If there's a cop car outside of a house, I know where I'm gonna find him. Because he can't wait to go to that house and knock on that door. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But if that's 9 out of 10, like that's the rendezvous point. Hey, I seen a local sheriff car back there. Go to that house where Billy's at.
And you know, to somebody that uses cannabis, you know, we're preaching to the choir. That's why I like talking to the police, and that's why I started getting into the politics side of it, because it feels like I've dominated the outside of it. But the people that really need educated the most is our politicians and our police. So I can't wait to have those conversations with them guys.
And a lot of them, that's the other time you start seeing that shift is before it would be, it's always a bad thing when you talk to law enforcement. Within the last couple of years, there's been a dramatic shift where most cops will tell you, I don't, they have so many bigger fish to fry with the opiate epidemic, with all the other, you know what I mean, drugs you've got going on. They finally are seeing that that's not really something that they want to sink their time into, and they don't see the problem with it either. When you start seeing that shift was when we were like, yeah, no, legalization can actually happen in Ohio, because it always got shut down at the ballot.
So compared to how you first started this advocacy, compared to now, are cops a lot more receptive for those conversations now than they were back then?
Very receptive.
Most of them.
We get a lot of support from a lot of the police and even the politicians as well. You know, at first it was kind of rough and rugged. They would always try to harass us, say that we can't do it, this, that, this. And I'm actually 3-1 in federal court suing certain cities and counties because they were trying to tell me that I couldn't do what I was doing. And like I said, I'm a constitutionalist. I will take them to federal Supreme Court to prove that what I'm doing is absolutely legal. So at first we did have some towns and cities that would mess with me, but even like when we're up in Martins Ferry, there's a Bridgeport cop next to a Ferry cop and a Bridgeport cop over here, but they won't come over and say nothing to us.
No, but they do watch. They keep an eye on it. And
they do. And I get it, you know. But
I do too, but at the same time, like there's times they'll sit there for an hour or two. And I get it. What we're doing is interesting. But at the other side of it, know that what we're doing is legal. We're not standing over there on the corner partying. We're genuinely getting signatures. We make sure we pull people over off to the side. We make sure we never disrupt flow of traffic. We're not, you know what I mean?
Have you ever been thrown into handcuffs over this?
I have no.
Have you?
No.
That's why I said it's not. I mean, that you have times they're like, oh, you can't do it where you're doing it.
Once it gets to that point, they'll say some stuff like that, and I'll say, please arrest me so I could sue you and use that money to further legalization. Please, please arrest me.
Time arresting you guys?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I mean, let's face it. You know, cannabis users aren't cities' problems. They're not the municipality's biggest problems. They need to spend their time and resources on the real criminals in
it's
town.
not potheads that are.
You know, there's a lot of other drugs and crime that goes on that they need to not be writing a ticket for me for, that they need to go handle and address.
But I will say, around here, like our local law enforcement, they all know who we are. Luckily, most of them are guys that we went to school with at this point. Yeah. So they know what we're about. They know we're not out here causing trouble. We're not trying to, you know what I mean? We're not doing anything that's, our lives are incredibly public. Yeah. You know what I mean? We keep everything because we're out here.
Yeah, I mean,
we run around the weed suits.
You just tell for my gear.
Yeah, your car.
Right. Yeah, and that's one thing. You know, when you were saying that, you know, what's our day like? You know, we get into our weed suits, our marijuana tuxedos. Make sure I park my Escalade out there. Sometimes we'll pull Buddy up, my 10-foot tall inflatable weed nug. That's like, he's like this. So, you know, we have our signs made up by art plug Michael Alicea. He does all the art for us, so he makes us super cool signs.
Best artist in the valley.
And then we'll just go to the busiest corner in whatever town or intersection or county, and we'll blow that shit up.
Main
Yeah.
Street, bro.
Yeah.
10-foot joints.
That's
you know what I
funny.
mean? Like
So what was the biggest challenge in getting it on the original ballot?
Ooh.
politicians.
Uh,
And their misunderstanding and misinterpretation of what cannabis really is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and money.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money to do this. Just with the campaign,
Yeah.
No 156 right now, just for the signature gathering portion, we're talking $3.5 million.
Let's get into that. So what changes are going on right now in Ohio with marijuana laws?
Well, they're trying to restrict our cannabis and our hemp laws. On the hemp portion of it, they're trying to restrict any type of smoke shops or non-licensed dispensaries to be able to sell any hemp derivatives or CBD. They want all that to go to the dispensaries, which the dispensaries don't want. They already have such a high overhead and such a price to get in. They don't want to
Right.
even have to deal with that stuff.
Right.
So they want to try to take a lot of those products away. So even CBD products that don't have THC in them, they're still going to be banned underneath the regulations.
Just had a ladybug land in my eye, so you definitely got that on camera. I promise it wasn't Tourette's. It was
But-
that little thing.
But yeah, and
What do most Ohioans misconceive about what's going on with these laws right now?
That it doesn't affect them.
that it's not really going to affect them too much, because like I said, it's two sides, the hemp side and the cannabis side, and they're trying to take social equity back out of what we passed with issue 2. They're also trying to say that if they pull you over in a vehicle, you have to have your cannabis in the original dispensary packaging. You also need to have that in the trunk or the behind the last seat in your vehicle. And you also can't have any out-of-state cannabis, like say from Michigan.
Right.
So when they do get to pull you over for this, they're like, oh, well, I smell cannabis. And you're like, yeah, it's legal. I've got less than my 2.5 ounces.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, now I need to search your vehicle to make sure it's not Michigan packaging, that it's in the right packaging, and it's in the right spot in your car. So this is giving them an opportunity to recriminalize cannabis users just because of where they might have it. So if you have your flower in the trunk, but you got your vape pen in your pocket, he's trying to now give you a ticket for that. And
So it's ticketable.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
So
A
they're
lot of
trying to find more ways to ticket offenders. And essentially, when we passed issue 2, is we're trying to like decriminalize and not criminalize people who are using cannabis. With them doing this, they're trying to recriminalize cannabis now. And they're also saying that we can't share a joint or share any cannabis outside of our house.
Right.
So if we're, say, out
Yeah, if I
here,
hand you a joint.
outside, I'm just a husband is handing a joint to his wife, not at his house. They could penalize you for that.
What rights do Ohioans have right now?
Well, right now, I mean, you're technically not supposed to smoke in public, but people push that, and it's not really too enforceable right now. Some spots they can, but we are allowed 2.5 ounces of cannabis. We are allowed to share up to 2.5 ounces. I could legally just gift you 2.5 ounces right now anywhere in the state, no matter where we are.
But yeah, no, that's cool.
We're allowed to grow.
that.
We're allowed to grow 12 plants per household. 6 plants for only one person, but if it's you and your wife, 2 adults in the house, you can do 12 plants. And you can have up to 10 grams of hash or dabs, concentrates.
Okay.
Which brings me to the point of, with the packaging, that screws people that home grow, because I wouldn't have a dispensary packaging to keep my homegrown flower in.
That almost-
And you wouldn't want me to put other cannabis in a dispensary container, now would you?
That almost makes that portion of it unenforceable, because how do you know if mine's home grow or not?
Right.
How can you decipher that? So
Yeah, how is that going to work?
It
there's
leaves too many gray areas.
there's a
to
lot of-
they're good.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray areas that they could say, oh, this, that, this. It's something you got from out of state, or it's something off the black market, and you're like, no, actually, I did buy it from the dispensary, but the dispensary packaging sucks. So I put it in a Ziploc because it's even better.
Right, because I don't want it
Yeah,
to dry
it keeps
out.
it fresher.
Yeah.
Or a jar that keeps it fresher.
Yeah.
It's medicine. We don't want our medicine to dry out. We don't want it to be exposed to air or sunlight. So sometimes we might use a dark colored jar that preserves your cannabis longer
to keep the lights out. But that would be like me saying, okay, I'm going to go buy a case of beer from West Virginia. I'm totally legal to do that. There's no specific packaging it has to be in as long as it's in the trunk.
Yeah.
And I'm far more likely to go do something dangerous with that in my back seat than going to with fucking a little bag of weed. You know what I mean? That's the point we're trying to get these people to understand. But they want to cut your home grow counts. You have 12 plants, like he said. If this goes through, that's 3 and 3. That's it, 6. And I'm not even saying that that's a problem. If they have to take that away to leave issue 2 alone, whatever. But you're just crossing so many lines by saying, okay, cool, you guys can do this. And now we've had, how long we've been living this way.
2.5 years.
And now you want to cut how many small businesses here in Ohio, which is absolutely ridiculous. You're like literally stunting the economy.
Yeah.
For something that absolutely nobody really wants to deal with. They still make their tax money regardless because these are legitimate shops. But they hide behind we have to protect the kids. And of course, everybody wants to protect the kids. Well, they say there's no regulation on it, but every package that you buy says must be 21 plus on it.
There's federal regulations, but no Ohio state regulations from them. So they're saying, 13-year-olds could go buy it. And that's their preface to be able to start doing this. They're saying that stores like mine are selling to minors and that we can sell to a 13-year-old and nobody gets in trouble. And that's absolutely
we have the
not
reputation that we card. The kids don't even try. Like the reputation has got around, and we hear about it all the time. And people think it's funny.
So, what should recreational users in Ohio be paying close attention to right now?
I mean, all of it, but basically, you should be getting with us and getting your signature. And if you're not already registered to vote, you need to go get registered to vote because this one, they're being sticklers on, but you've got to be registered to vote. We need 250,000 signatures to make sure that this goes on the ballot again, which is asinine to have to say, but as absolutely a factual situation. You need to be watching what these guys are saying. We've sat in open court when they've looked and said, well, we feel there should be stronger penalties for people who give a child a gummy versus handing them a beer. What? Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
A 2 milligram CBD gummy, 5 milligram CBD gummy to go to sleep is a whole lot safer than the Robitussin you give them, but it should be a stronger penalty if I could give them a beer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Paid for by Anheuser-Busch.
and anybody that even drives through Ohio, people who use cannabis in Ohio, even if you're driving through Ohio, say you're from Illinois, you're driving to New York and you have some out-of-state Illinois cannabis, they could give you a felony for bringing that across the state lines.
Right.
Now it's not, it always has been illegal to do it across state lines, but they don't really charge you for it. As long as you got your they don't really mess with it.
Hairs.
Now they really want to make that a penalty. So anybody that's smoking cannabis, that has cannabis in their vehicle, that drive anywhere in the state of Ohio, whether you're from here or not, you will be affected by this law.
Wow. Yeah, and it's things that people are blissfully unaware of, that this could change a lot of things. This changes the landscape of Ohio. This legalization was supposed to bring in more revenue, supposed to bring in more tax. Instead, we're sending people out of state because the way they're doing it, they want to continue to tax it. They want to continue beating as much money out of it as humanly possible until people can't afford it. So since they can't get it shut down and they know we're going to fight it tooth and nail, they want to raise those prices more and more and more where you're getting less. So they monopolize it, but they stamp the program out. If you can't afford it, you can't smoke it. And that's how they look at it. We told you could, but you can afford it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to be paying $70 for a 2.83 because Ohio's on the 10th scale, and it's the only state that's on the 10th scale. The only state that happens. It's not a
2.83s, not 3.5s like the rest of the world.
Yeah. And you're paying four times more.
So they charge you more and short you 0.7. It's like the old school dealer that used to always rip you off back in the day.
These are rich white boy
that's
prices.
That's the government in Ohio right now.
They're like, you can have this much. No, I want you can have this much. And then it's, nobody needs that much. Yeah. So let's go ahead and cap that to 25%.
Yeah. An eighth is 3.5.
By the way.
Yeah.
This is way more. Wait. more than 28 grams. It's like 28 point nothing or something.
A little more.
28.3 is
Okay,
what they
yeah.
define it at.
Okay.
Not that
But
we.
still, I mean, if you divide that, then eighth is 3.5.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is anywhere else in the
Listen,
world except for
Yeah.
Ohio.
Ohio is the only one that has this 10th bull crap.
That's correct. Oh, I didn't know it was only Ohio.
It's only Ohio. Nobody else on the planet has
Yeah,
any
well, when we
type
say
of law
that
like
outside of the state, they're like, "Ew, where?"
we do. They're like, what?
and you pay that? No, listen, it's not by choice, but that's how this works. So
That's the thing is they're just trying to force everybody to go to Ohio dispensaries instead of coming to shops like mine and getting good quality THCA at a reasonable price and getting the full 3.5. They want the dispensaries to be able to get that, and then you're taxed the 17% on top of that. So essentially, they're just really trying to monopolize all the THC, all the hemp products, and they're also with this bill, they're trying to say papers, bowls, bongs, things like that have to go into dispensaries too.
yeah,
So after March 19th, March 20th, the morning of, I might not be able to have glass or bowls or bongs or papers or
Papers?
nothing.
yeah.
Yes. They're literally monopolizing everything. What Mike DeWine needs to do is just say that he doesn't want any smoke shops in Ohio.
Right.
Why do
He's
you
even
What are
said,
we supposed
"Hey,
to sell?"
Just they need to stop whining and just accept it. Direct quote.
That's crazy.
Right. That's
So,
insane, right?
besides the kids, why do you think this group is trying so hard to roll it all back?
Because they get paid a lot of money by alcohol. When alcohol sales dropped, they were fine with it until alcohol sales dropped. They went down 33% in like a 6-month period, and they're like, "Oh heck no!"
Yeah, it's money, and the people that, big corporations don't like to see small businesses doing very well. And for us, being in the hemp world and owning a CBD hemp store, we don't disagree that there needs to be state laws in Ohio that say 21 and older. We don't disagree that there shouldn't be packaging like Nerds and Skittles directed toward kids.
Absolutely.
We agree with that. We agree that every gas station shouldn't be selling it because a lot of the
Absolutely.
products that the gas station sells is trash.
Right.
They just get whatever
It's
they
giving
can
it a bad name.
get cheap as possible. They don't take pride in the quality and go through the correct ways like I would go through in the stuff that I carry in my store. So, they just want to try to stop the small businesses and say it's about the kids when in all reality we need to regulate it and not ban it. Give me a $15,000-$20,000 license fee. Packaging restrictions, 21 and over. Let's regulate it. It's a $2 billion market in Ohio. Like, you just want to wipe that completely away? And they're saying, like, well, there's people selling it to minors.
That's people's jobs.
Well, when people sell cigarettes or alcohol to a minor, what do? You just axe alcohol for the whole state? You
Right.
just say, okay, nobody have no tobacco products for the whole state just because you got a couple bad actors?
Yeah.
That's what they need to do is regulate, not ban. We completely agree
1,000%.
that all the stores and corner stores shouldn't have it. We completely agree. We completely agree with the packaging, the age requirements.
Because there is information that we need to know about these products too. Because there's people that come in with certain jobs. I need to be able to tell you, look, you can take this because it's 0.0 THC and you'll be safe. Did not lose your job or worry about going back to jail if you're on federal paper or if you're on paper at all. There's information that does come along with this that's so much further past just, hey, this is a good bag of smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there really is science behind this. And if a lot of these gas stations and a lot of these corner stores don't take the time to learn these products, they couldn't tell you which one's going to do which. So we understand that, no, they shouldn't be allowed to sell it. We would absolutely love to pay whatever they want us to. But it's so damn expensive to get into the dispensary game. And that's because it's controlled by a lot of their people. Because you can't, who else has that kind of money? You know what I mean? So it takes the little guy out.
To get into the dispensary game?
You have to have at least like $3 million in the bank liquid assets.
Oh, wow.
And it's a hefty fee.
And they call it a lottery system. So in Bel Air, I had 2 chances to get a dispensary in Bel Air. 33% chances to get a dispensary in Bel Air. Didn't get either one.
Wow.
So they keep this lottery system claiming it's a lottery system so they could give the people that they want licenses.
Oh, really?
And
It's
not
cherry picking.
It's not guys like me who have been doing this, who's very loud and boisterous about cannabis.
Yeah.
We've played in their face
who have been
years.
fighting them, because all them guys know me. I've sued Mike DeWine in the health department and won. I've sued Frank LaRose, our Secretary of State, and won. John Husted, our Lieutenant Governor, sued him and won. So, of course, them guys don't want people like me to be in position to just to be in the market. That's, that DeWine's brother and a lot of DeWine's family and all these politicians' nieces and nephews, those are the ones that got the licenses.
Right.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And they own the big dispensaries.
Of course.
So, and not to mention that a lot of their donators they have a lot of stock in alcohol companies.
Yeah.
So, it's not hard to follow the money there.
So let's move on into a game. It's not really a game. It's just a segment called Myth versus Reality. Basically, you answer myth or fact. And
Got you.
You can. So the first one: legal weed increases crime in Ohio.
Myth.
That's completely a myth.
People are saying crime rate has increased since it's became recreational legal.
Which they've said that now, but if you go back and read any of the early reports before all this bull started going on, no, actually they've proven that the crime rate had actually gone down and has decreased in most areas. They'll also say weird things like it raises the property taxes and all kind of other stuff, which what?
Yeah, and when it comes to any articles that come out like that, try to make sure that it's not a biased article, like alcohol company Anheuser-Busch coming out with that statement, or somebody who gets funded by that. Yeah, that's exactly you have to really pay attention to who's putting out these articles. That is one of the biggest things when you see something on the internet that's talking down about cannabis. Like, who are you? Who is paying you is the biggest thing.
They want, and no, it's a blind man can see what's going on. They wanted to be the ones that could sell the drinks, and they want the one to be able to be the one selling the edibles and stuff. You got to have a state liquor license to play. This is what they were hoping for. Other than that, you're going to be scromiting and all the other weird stuff. Sorry. Only time I ever scromited, I drank a whole lot.
So next one is dispensaries are about to disappear in Ohio.
That is false.
Yeah.
But how it seems like the state is doing this, because the state doesn't want legalization. They don't want this to go on. So it seems like they're trying to do things to make cannabis look bad, so where they can eventually take the dispensaries away in Ohio.
Didn't they just raise?
So that's why you don't. That's why we can't let them win here, because if they take a little bit, they're going to keep taking and keep taking and keep taking until the dispensaries are gone. Yeah. So that's false at the moment, but don't put it past Ohio legislators to try to change this fully.
Yeah. And that's
don't put it past them.
Right now, they're trying to find the formula that works, and they've gotten close. Like, we got to be honest, this is probably the closest that they've gotten up to this point. Because usually we had it off way before they started having closed door meetings and stuff, because we just kept getting in front of it and kept getting in front of it. So finally, they're like, "Well, we're going to have this meeting at 11:30 at night." We'll be there about 15 minutes, and the public's not allowed to be here, and we ain't taking no speakers, and we don't want no cameras neither.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We see what that was. Yeah. But that's where they started going towards the end of this, because they didn't want to hear anybody else's 2 cents on it. They know what they wanted to happen. They held on to these petitions for as long as they possibly could. We should have had 90 days. We had like 2 months and maybe, because they held that bad boy until I think we had to have it at 4 o'clock or something that afternoon. 3:55, they finally handed over. Here, okay, go get your signatures.
Yeah, because when you turn in the first 1,000 signatures to the state, the Ohio Secretary of State has 10 business days to certify that initiative petition that you're submitting the signatures for. Oh, wow. And they always wait that 10th business day at 3:58 when they close at 4 or something like that. And that's when they put it out. So they knew that we only had 90 days till this went into effect, and they wasted all but 48 days, I think, is what we had for the campaign. So in 48 days, we have to collect 248,000 signatures to make this November's ballot. And if we do collect the signatures to get it on the ballot, March 20th, Senate Bill 56 will not go into effect, and it'll be on pause until the November voters get to vote, yes, do we want Senate Bill 56 or no?
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. That's educational shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need absolutely everybody that's in Ohio that's a registered voter. We need to speak with you.
And we believe that it's going to pass very easily once it gets on the ballot.
57% last time, and they would have kept counting. but there was no way to catch
57%
up.
people voted for issue 2. We're talking about every hemp business in Ohio, 6,000 to 10,000 stores at least, plus every other gas station. Also, this issue was voted on political lines. All Republicans voted for this. So that means every Democrat out there, which we have a Democrat party convention or something we got to go to tomorrow, that they all want to sign the petition.
Yeah.
So any Democrat will want to sign the petition, plus people who just are tired of the government overreach.
Right.
You know, right now the government is not respecting the will of the people. We've already voted this in. We told you what we wanted by our votes. Now y'all are acting like we're stupid and we didn't know what we voted for. So there's all those people that are willing to vote for this. I believe it's going to pass 70, 80% just to stop it easily. I mean, easily once we make the ballot. So that's why we've been really working tirelessly trying to get this done, because once we get it in front of the people,
They're going to
the people are going to stop this.
And these signatures are like every signature counts. So like the people who can't drive to Bel Air or Steubenville to sign the ballot at one of your stores, like should they follow your page to see where you dropped other ballots off?
You can, but if you go to no on sb56.com, there is signing locations. So I've dropped off the petitions to 60, 90 stores or something already in Ohio, just myself. But there's hundreds of businesses that are on the website if you go look for signature locations.
Okay. Yeah. That's good to know. Yeah, y'all. Go look for SB Ohio, you said?
No on sb56.com.
Okay, I'll put that on the screen too.
Ohioans for Cannabis Choice is the group that I'm working with.
Do you think Ohio will ever become like Colorado?
We were hoping, and I think with the right legislation in there, absolutely. With the current legislation the way it is right now, I don't think.
Yeah, and Colorado is pretty progressive. I just think Ohio, with our strict Republican heavy government that we have, I don't think we're going to be as progressive as Colorado. Now, do I think eventually, will our prices come down and the quality come up? Yeah. I mean, it's going to take some time, but right now in any fresh market, the price is always going to be high. And, we had medical for 5 years or so before we went to recreational, and we finally started getting the price down for medical. We finally started getting good prices. But then once we voted in recreational cannabis, they put it all together, and now the price went back up. So it actually hurt medical marijuana patients just because we legalized recreational, because now the price is still up. And in Ohio, there's no difference between medical and recreational.
No, they basically
I could get it medical, you could get it recreational, I could go get the same stuff. The only difference is the medical patients don't pay the tax.
Okay, so that's why medical people get it cheaper. That's why people are still getting medical cards.
Yes, it is still very much worth it to get your medical
And
card
just the
in
protections,
Ohio.
Just the protections that come along with it.
And the extra protections for
1000%.
sure.
Is it easy to get your medical card?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, about $100 is what you could get it for.
You need to talk to a doctor.
Yeah, you do have to have one of the 21 conditions. PTSD and chronic pain are two that are the most utilized in Ohio. So, and pretty much probably every state. But and I was when we were doing the Ohio medical marijuana meetings and stuff, and I testified in front of the House and the Senate on behalf of chronic pain. I was one of the only activists that actually fought for the chronic pain portion of it. So when it got in there, you know what I mean, I felt pretty good about that. Because like right now, I think 65% of all medical marijuana holders in Ohio are under chronic pain.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, what do you think is next up for the marijuana policy in Ohio? Like, what do you think? You have faith that we're gonna pass this, right?
Yes, it's going to take a lot, you know, the next 13, 14 days or whatever it is, you know, to get it on the ballot. But once we do, you know, I think we're going to be okay. And, you know, we just got to keep standing for our rights at this point. You know, we need to try to make the program better and not really make it worse by recriminalizing cannabis. It's the whole reason why we needed to legalize marijuana, so people wasn't getting penalized for their choice of using cannabis versus prescriptions or pills that the doctor may give you.
That makes sense. Yeah. So where's the best place to follow you on social media, as far as like to be part of what you're doing and to grab papers and pass ballots out to, or pass signature forms out to people?
My two Facebook pages are my Bill Schmidt Jr. verified account and my Billy Blaize other Facebook account, Blaize.
Okay.
I have a bunch of followers on there because I kept getting banned on my Bill Schmidt Jr. And I was going to Oklahoma to do a world record dab. And I was banned, so I had to create the Billy Blaize alias. Then I went down there, did the world record, went viral. So
What's the biggest stab? What was that world record?
at the time, it was 23 grams consecutive.
Wait, you hit one?
39 minutes of consecutive dabs,
Oh.
23 grams total.
Just keep hitting.
I was passed out. Like actually.
Like a week up to that, I kept doing 1 gram dabs just to build up my tolerance.
Woo, what's the most of my dabs you've done?
Shit, me?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know about consecutively, but I've done some dabbing. I mean, there's probably say close to a half ounce. If you hang out with Bookie long enough, go to one of these festivals.
Now you have a podcast called Dabbing with Dads. Just to touch on that, what made you get started on? What started that?
Honestly, just my social media stuff. I had started making videos on TikTok and kind of took off. And I don't know, I fell in love with the whole content creation thing. Me and Dank would get together every morning. We'd put the kids on the bus. It was around COVID. I didn't have to work. And this was like the first time in years I didn't have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So we'd get together, put the kids on the bus and start smoking, go live on Facebook. And it kind of took off. And then I lost that Facebook account. That kind of sucked. But
Oh no! How many followers did you lose?
that one I had almost 100-something thousand followers on that account on Facebook.
No.
Lost that page. Had to start the other one. But we started consecutively doing the whole, it was morning dabs with dads at that point. We did like 4 or 5 days a week. And then we started doing them in the evenings. We did them Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's just, we talked about relationships, a lot about weed, different types of weed, about our kids. And it just progressed. We started having people that wanted to come on the show. So, you know what I mean? It just kind of grew and took on a life of its own. Now we just do it every Friday night. We even do it on location. Like if we're in an Airbnb for a weekend, I bring the ring light. We set up and go.
Yeah.
We've got guys like Colt Graves and Adam Calhoun's been in there. Like it's, who the fuck is Justin Time? Rich Regal comes in all the time. Like it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
And that's a good way to build relationships. I feel
And it's
like.
always live. Like we've done the pre-recorded ones. The people that watch us weren't really feeling it because they're like, I can't talk to you, even though like we would premiere it and we would be in the comments, like we'd watch it with them and we're at least commenting back, but it wasn't because we weren't having that interaction with them. They weren't really feeling the vibes on the pre-recorded, so we just left it live, and so it's now the only live smoke sesh on Facebook right now.
That's awesome. Have you heard of the Dabbing with Granny or whatever?
Oh, the Dabbing Granny on
Dabbing
Instagram.
Granny.
Oh
I think
God,
that'd be
yeah.
so cool for her to come on Dabbing.
Oh, listen, I've sent her messages. I've talked with Stoner Gum.
I think she's from Ohio. Cool.
Yeah, I actually was on a celebrity panel for, it was the Oklahoma High Times Cannabis Cup. We were judging concentrates. So I was on a celebrity judging panel with Dab and Granny, and she's wild, bro. Like she's wild. Yeah, she had
How's her personality? Is she like it?
I mean, she's super cool. She's super laid back, but you know, when I say this lady likes to get effed up, I mean it. She was giving everybody like mushroom pills, like mushrooms and pills and stuff. I was like, I'm cool, you know what I mean? But she had everybody blasted, man.
That's awesome.
She turns up.
Yeah.
She definitely
The
turns
video
up.
I first was introduced to her on was her hitting like 2 grams before she even exhaled it. She chugged the beer and then burped and then exhaled her dab. I was like, how the fuck did she burp without exhaling?
She is like that in real life too. Don't think that that's just a show.
Oh wow.
Don't.
Is she real? I wonder if she has grandkids. Like, is she a real granny?
I mean, she has to be. I mean, I would figure she would. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's definitely wild. Good person. You know what I mean? Super great and honored to even be on a celebrity judging panel with her. But yeah, she likes to get high.
They like Dab and Granny, she better though. I feel like if not, that's like high treason.
Yeah,
Can't call yourself that.
it's not just for show on the internet. She's really about that life. She's really about that
Listen,
life.
so many people think that about us. They think that we just smoke like that, like just like on camera for like just the internet stuff. And it's like, no, bro. You got to come to one of the shows. Like it's a different.
Yeah,
it's a
we
different time.
are how we are on Facebook.
We are the same people in real life.
They
really are though. Yeah. All of your festivals and parties that you guys have are always like it's just such a different genres of people. You'll have like 7 different genres of people all together. You got the country people, the people from the hood, like everyone's.
We got the grandmas and the grandpas.
I like that. I want to throw a festival for a little bit with everybody, you know, because the first couple I've thrown, you know, it's always, you know, just like hip hop and rap because that's what I like.
Yeah.
But you know, I want everybody to have a reason to come to my festival, and that's why we started doing 1-day passes. And speaking of that, I want to put you on the spot right now. Are you going to come perform on 420?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm in there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we got Blind Fury coming. We're going to be shooting the music video for Puff Puff Pass. Okay. Would love you to have a little cameo in that too.
Man,
you know
I'm in there. Yeah.
So
420. I'll block my whole schedule off now.
Yeah. Right. It's going to be 417, 418, 419, 420. On 418, we'll have Who the F is Just in Time, Rich Regal, Jesse Howard from Outlaw Nation. We'll have Taylor Joe and Copper Creek Band. So Saturday is going to be our country music rock day, you know, for them type of people. So we'll have openings for Friday night if you want to on 417 to perform, Sunday or straight on 420. So you'll have your choice of whatever day you wanted. But I was going to ask you, but I was like, nope, we're going to be on the podcast. I'm putting her on the spot.
I was like, no.
I was like, no. But now y'all heard her say that she was going to do it. So you know what I'm saying?
Y'all better come out. It's going to be packed there.
Well, now you got
to tell them to come out. It's going to be packed.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Get your tickets early because we're probably going to be sold out. I can't even imagine that.
I don't know if we can sell that place out. There's so many people. It's so big.
Is it the same place as last year?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's like a perfect place.
Yes.
There's literally almost
and we lease 70.
You can see the stage from like wherever you're.
Yeah, you can have 20,000 people easily see the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super nice, and we only lease out 75 acres of the 250 acres that's out there. So if we grow into like a Woodstock and we need 100,000 people, we have enough room.
Yeah.
So where do people get tickets for that, or can they just show up and pay there?
You can get tickets at the gate. It's $40 for 4 days, 4 nights, parking, camping,
all of it,
everything.
Oh, they can camp out there.
Yeah, 4 days.
4 days?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
But you could also get our pre-sale tickets that we're doing for $30. You can get them at the Bel Air, the Holistic Cloud. We will have some in Steubenville, and in the Steubenville Cloud. Well, we got them right now in Bel Air, but we'll have them in the Steubenville store. I think Friday. Okay, well, I guess
bringing me some.
Okay, I guess Friday. Then you could also go to holisticacres.com to a new website that we just came out with the other day, and you can get the tickets through Skeletix on there. And if you get the $30 ticket online, it'll be $35, $85 or
That's
something
right, we're on
with it.
Skeletix.
But if you want, the cheapest possible tickets, come get them in person at either the Holistic Cloud location.
Would you get to come see one of us?
Or you can hit me up on Facebook, any social media. I try to answer all my messages, even though sometimes it's
If you
a
don't, it
whole
doesn't
thing.
answer on one page, messages other pages.
Yeah. Message my Billy Blaize and my Bill Schmidt Jr. Then you know you're gonna get me, because sometimes I'm on one phone, sometimes I'm on the other phone, and you know what I mean.
And if they can't get a hold of him, they get a hold of me.
Yeah.
So before we wrap all this up, my final huge question to you guys is, do you think it's gonna always be alcohol versus weed, or do you think it'll ever coexist together in the industry?
I feel like eventually there would hit a mutual respect, just like there is with tobacco and alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's always going to be direct competition because people make it that way. But I feel like it'll hit a point in time where eventually everyone will look at them like they're on the same wavelength, so they won't be as much direct competition. Weed won't cost so much more than alcohol. You'll have just as much access to getting it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like alcohol should be illegal?
Me personally, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to knock anybody, but I drank for a long time. Nothing good ever came out of it. But at the other side of that, I would never wish it to be illegal. I feel like it should be just as hard to get a hold of or into the industry as cannabis. I'll say that because it ain't good for you. But I'm not going to knock somebody else's. I ain't going to yuck your yum. If that's your thing and you like to drink, whatever, cool. You're killing yourself. But I respect your right to do so. You're a grown, tax-paying adult. Do what you do. I'm not your parent.
What about you? You think it should be illegal?
For me, being a constitutionalist and about our rights, and I
Right.
don't feel that the government should be able to tell us, what we should put in our body, especially if we're not harming or bothering anybody.
Right.
I think it's our fundamental right that we should be able to use alcohol as well. And even if they would try to prohibit alcohol, I would probably be one of the first people fighting for it. Even though I don't use it, I don't really, I think that alcohol is a gateway to a lot of bad things. But
It's deeper than marijuana. It's more about the human rights.
yeah, it's just the human rights for me. Like I said, I'm a constitutionalist. I'm somebody who will always be on the front lines fighting for our rights, no matter what it may be. Even like when we were, because I'm on Bel Air Council, they were trying to get the DORA, the outdoor refreshment area, to where you could walk from bar to bar down through town. As long as you got a certain cup, and you could go by there. Well, my store is in the Dora area, and of course, I don't want drunk people in my store, nor do I even like having to deal with drunk people. But for me, I still voted yes for that because I want progressiveness in town. I'm not going to let my personal opinion stop some type of business move or other people from enjoying their time. Like I said, and I try not to, and it's hard because we did vote to regulate marijuana like alcohol. And I try not to really compare marijuana to alcohol. You know? I try to stay away from that, but it just always kind of drags you in because it's always the people who are hating on marijuana or people who are getting drunk every single day.
Right.
People that have probably lost people to drinking and driving and had people in their life that have dealt with that, but they're still, just because alcohol is so glorified, in the middle of the UFC ring, in the middle of this, every commercial, the halftime show, it's all about alcohol, so they just kind of normalized it, way too much. And even in the Ohio State House, they sell alcohol in the museum store in the Ohio State House. Now, if we're regulating cannabis like alcohol, why can't we have a store in there? But that would be completely ludicrous. Even if they had CBD in there, people would lose their minds.
We walk in there in weed suits and people, like, they gasp. Like, there are certain people are like, do you see them? Like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. No, it shouldn't be that taboo. And that's the other thing that kind of drives people nuts is like the signage. Like, we legalized because we wanted what Michigan has. Now, granted, maybe not everything like Michigan has it, but people should have the ability to walk into these dispensaries and see what they want to purchase, not go in and just have to scroll on a tablet. Like that doesn't,
Right.
that gives me no information.
Yeah.
That doesn't-
Can I smell it?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
It's a
whole thing.
crapshoot. So if you don't know it's already good and you got it yesterday, you're not going to know if it's going to be good or not.
Yeah.
It's
Even if
everything's
you
just.
ask the workers, give me something that smells good. They'll always give you. Just,
But with
they
them,
don't know.
and it's unfortunately they don't know. They're not taught, which is something that's irritating to my soul. But I don't blame them. That just comes down to piss poor management, and because they basically just took our medical program, and as the professionalism that comes along with it was like, well, here issue 2 wasn't exactly what we wanted, so they just gave us a medical program that everybody can use. So they're like the employees' hands are kind of tied on what they're allowed to say, what they're allowed to tell you, and the information that they're allowed to give you, which is something that a lot of people don't know and don't understand. So when they go and they try to ask all these questions, they come to a store like ours where we're like, okay, well, I can answer those questions for you. And they're like, wait, what?
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, because it's patient-to-patient confidentiality. I'm a medical patient. I'm going to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
That's me sharing my experience with you. That's what we should be able to do. That's what irritates me with how issue 2 went to begin with, even after it got passed. And they fought us tooth and nail from the very next day. It passed, and out of nowhere, I almost cussed. I caught myself. But out of nowhere, they started fighting. We were heading to the State House that same week that it passed. We should have been celebrating and been able to go smoke and chill. No, we were already right back at it, and they've stayed, active trying to fight back on issue 2 since it passed. Since its inception, they've been not receptive. And it makes no sense because the amount of money, like you see all the potholes when you coming up into this mug. Mm-hmm. We could fix all that if you just left well enough alone. Yeah. But they're not allowed to, these dispensaries, they're not allowed to advertise. These grows, they're not allowed to advertise. There's a lot of stuff they're not allowed to do. You get a dispensary, they're like, here, you can make your money. But the rest of it's a gigantic list of things you can't do to try to own that. Something has to change, and it needs to change in a good way. And I don't think any of that will change until legislation gets their heads out of their asses, or at least opens Google once in their life.
Well, and it hurts that everyone in our legislative is above the age of 70.
Oh yeah, they've made statements and comments like, oh well, you don't know what needs an ounce. They get 300 joints out of that. I want to know who's selling you your ounces, my guy. I need names.
You're rolling some pinners if you're getting 300
Yeah,
out.
you get 300 joints.
But that's the thing is especially in Ohio, we have people who don't understand cannabis or hemp trying to regulate our laws. That's like me being a guy and trying to regulate a woman's menstrual period when I don't know nothing about a woman.
Right, I got laid once.
Like,
That doesn't make me
like those are the people that are making the laws for us. You don't even know what a cannabis plant is.
Yeah.
So
they couldn't tell you how it works.
Do you think they're missing out on a huge profit share?
Yes,
huge.
They're literally.
Ohio's the 7th largest state. And we already make $1 billion or whatever a year with our program now. Now, if they would lower the prices, lower the fees, lower the restrictions, lower all the loopholes, and just kind of open up the market, let some mom and pop people come in, everybody like this, we could be the largest cannabis selling state in the nation because so many people smoke cannabis here. I mean, we've been really essentially decriminalized since 1977. We've had very progressive marijuana laws. And if Senate Bill 56 goes in effect, it's going to be like before 1977.
Yep.
Like our laws are going to go backwards that far just by what they're trying to do.
They're going to go back to showing that egg in school. This is your brain on marijuana. And they just
That's why we like being able to cross the council in with the weed stuff, because us attacking it from the music route kind of helps get into where some other people's ears that we wouldn't have normally been able to get in front of. So us just sitting here talking about weed, there's a finite amount of people that are going to really listen to that and respond to what we're saying. Now we put out the song "I Know You Smell It," put it up there. We're just a bunch of dads doing our thing here in Ohio. There's a lot of people that don't smoke weed, but they can resonate with I like what they're doing. Look at them. Old guys out here having fun still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It puts you in
And your
front of a
following's
whole
nice,
separate.
too.
It
Wait,
does help.
So the council is you and 4 other guys?
Jag the Apostle, Maul Black, Manny Devise, that's my boy. Bobby P, Zach Wright, Jag the freaking Apostle. That is the goat among goats. Like
He's so lyrically talented.
dude, it's disgusting.
His
Yeah,
flow.
he's good.
He can make you a beat out of the sound of me crumbling up a pop can, and he'll put you out a banger.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with him. Like,
So you got Billy, you're their manager, right?
yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you guys have done all kinds of shows, tours, everything like that, and you do a lot of marijuana advocacy through your music.
Yes, we do a lot of festivals.
And what's next for the council? And well, before we get into what's next for the council, where can people find your music?
Oh, bro, the Council 2432 on every platform. Like, I think we're even on Pandora. I didn't know anybody still got added to Pandora. that was super cool to find out. I thought that was like
Yeah, we
So you're
signed.
on every platform as the council.
we're on Music
Yeah.
Choice on Comcast. Yes, the
Yeah,
Council 2432.
Vivo. Yeah, we signed a distribution deal with Rock Nation,
That's amazing.
Jay-Z's music label.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I mean we're out on all platforms. You know, we're trying to do it as big as possible and using the music to help educate people about cannabis too. And that's why we have this new track, Puff Puff Pass,
Blind
with my
Fury.
guy Blind Fury. Shout out to
Shout
Blind
out
Fury.
That-
This one's gonna be a super banger, and
Is he the biggest feature you guys have had yet?
he's our first and only
yeah,
feature
he's our
so
first and only
far.
feature.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you know we're making sure we
We're working on some others. I got one with Chad
Yeah.
Arms coming. Like we've got a few other ones that are coming now, but Fury got to do the first one, and he absolutely went nuts.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I got to get a little sneak peek of it. Fire. That's a hit. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and then we got Billy Bars on that one. He
yeah.
made a post, and so it's his fault entirely.
Spitting.
He made a post and said, "So if I get so many likes, I'll spit some bars."
And you got like double what you wanted.
Oh
grabbed
yeah,
that and shared this shit out.
I said 217 likes, and Blind Fury had to comment on the
He
post.
commented from both
Well,
profiles.
in 5 minutes, he commented from both of his profiles. Stephen Fury and Blind Fury, and then it's got like 400 or 500 likes or so. It was like an hour or so.
Yeah.
We hit
So
my
if you guys have been
goal.
waiting to hear
So
him spit.
It's fun.
coming.
It's awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome.
You
Got
performing
Billy.
that on the 420?
The 420 will be the first time that I perform that
Oh,
song.
you guys better pop out.
The track will be out here in 2 or 3 weeks. But the first time that we perform it is going to be on 420, and we are doing the music video as well
That
on
weekend.
420.
So if you're at the if you're at the 420 festival on 420, you'll get a
y'all
chance to
y'all
be
can
in the
make our video.
Yeah.
Saying.
That's gonna be lit. I'm excited.
We did I Know You Smell It at his last birthday in
And that was-
Jacobsburg.
Who shot that video?
Grady Vision shot that
Okay,
one.
so no one from around here.
No. But I'll tell you what, he did do a good job on that video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we just did the music video at American Fight Promotions last fight night for
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Yep.
We got cameos with Fender Hat, shout out Redneck Rave fam. Rich Regal came out. Which,
Oh, you shot it like at the fight.
Yes.
At the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually like fight footage in
We're
the video.
Yeah, we're in the octagon.
Yeah, and then we actually got to
Yeah.
perform. So like the first day of the weigh-ins, they had already had everything built and put together. So they're like, "Yeah, sure, you guys can go record." You know what I mean? So we did the first half, the first day, and then finished up because they let us perform in the octagon to open up the show. So we had our buddy Bam Bam Visions, which he's a worker.
Yeah.
He's from Wisconsin. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
he-
Wisconsin. I said it wrong,
He'll drive from Wisconsin just to do our music videos.
bro. And
He did
killed it.
Unstoppable, and he's going to do this one. So
Killed it.
since we did a cannabis song last year on 420,
Got to do another one.
you got to do it this year, and then every year we're going to drop a cannabis song and do the video every festival on 420. So we're just going to keep that
That's
going.
gonna be dope.
So
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to it.
So I know that we already told everyone where to find you guys on socials. Do you have anything else you want to tell everyone before we wrap this up?
Make sure you
Anything
shop
we
at
didn't touch on?
Make sure you shop at the Holistic Cloud.
Yeah.
It's one of the best and biggest smoke shops in the Ohio Valley. We
Yeah.
were voted #1 2 years in a row. Just saying.
Yeah. They are
Yeah.
dope.
Somebody likes us.
Yeah, well, I mean, we take pride in our customers, our patients, the quality of the products that we sell.
Research
So,
and development is key.
yeah, I like to do things for my community and my people, and that's the whole reason why I even started my business 6 years ago to help fund my activism. And it just kind of grew. I had such a good following from my activism portion. People seeing me pour my own time and money into things, and they'll drive past 30 shops just to come to mine because they know exactly what I'm going to do with the money. I'm going to help, just like with Senate Bill 56, put a lot of time and money into helping stopping that, preserving our rights. But I'm also doing things like throwing multiple cannabis festivals to give us a place for somebody like us. There's bars and restaurants and people can go
Right.
drink and be sociable. Where can we go as cannabis users? And that's why we're trying to create a space for people just to come out, enjoy cannabis, enjoy just a laid back vibe of it.
And Holistic Acres is beautiful. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a beautiful plot of land, but it sucks that it has to be clear out in the middle of nowhere. We can't have something right downtown like everybody else does, where we can smoke, watch the game, shoot some pool. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
that.
I kind of like getting off the map. And
Well, no,
Yeah,
listen, we
yeah.
love that, and it
Yeah, it's great. It's
You know what I
it's nice up there. Holistic Acres Event Center LLC. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. That's where we're
Beautiful
throwing
plot.
all the cannabis events. It's in Cadiz, Ohio. It's 31 minutes from Bel Air. So
sweet. And yeah, that festival drops like literally a month after this episode drops. So make sure as soon as you guys see this, go get your tickets.
yeah,
Make sure you come out. That's gonna be fun. And go sign that ballot, man. Like,
Yeah, no, we need signatures absolutely, like now more than ever.
Yeah.
So if you guys need to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. We will come to you if I have to. But we've got people everywhere that have that petition right now. So if you can't get with us, we can get you with somebody and get your name on that paper ASAFP.
yeah.
yes.
It took her a second.
I thought you
That was
messed up.
smooth.
And then I was like, no, you didn't mess up.
I thought he was just throwing the AFP in there for American Fight Promotions, and then I thought about it. I said, "Oh, he just didn't want to say the F word."
Listen, I've been very good.
He had
I've
us
been
both
good
kind of
boy.
crossed up right there. I was like, "What the?"
That's funny.
I've been very good because I cuss like and the and or, man. I forget it offends people.
Thank y'all both for coming on. Thank you
Appreciate
guys
you
for
having
tuning in. Make sure to follow them on all platforms. Follow Hot Tea No Sugar. We got tons of new episodes coming. We might set up and shoot an episode right there at the Cannabis Fest. That might be
Listen,
cool.
we have to. We should do
You're-
a hot tea, no
Uh,
sugar, and a dabbing with
A
dads.
collab, yeah. Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah, let's do it. You're more than welcome to. We got nothing but love and respect for everything that you do. So.
I
So,
appreciate y'all, man, for
anything
real.
that we could do to help you as well, please, just give us the opportunity to help.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in.
We ain't stirring no trouble, ain't looking for a fight. Just a kettle on the burner and a story for the night. Pull up a chair, pour a cup, lean in close and see that we ain't got the sugar, but we got the tea. Hot tea, no sugar, that's how we do. Sipping on the truth, no need to chew. We don't want the beef, just a spilling spree. Hot tea, no sugar, come sip with me. So settle in, y'all, it's time to brew. Hot tea, no sugar.